The Chinese press affirms that the US will fall into a three-front war in 2024. Biden is worried that something will happen. China has high hopes, yes. That is the title of an article that Chinese media recently published. We invite you to listen together. In 2024, the United States will still be in a state of three fronts of war and cannot extricate itself. Which three fronts are it? First of all, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The latest news in this regard is that on New Year's Eve, the Ukrainian army launched an attack in the center of Donetsk, resulting in 4 deaths, many injuries, and damage to a hotel. Just 10 minutes after the arrival of the new year, the Ukrainian army took this action and fired 15 rockets. Coupled with the cyclical retaliation between Russia and Ukraine in the past few days, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has significantly escalated. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been in its 3rd year since it broke out, and it is approaching a decision point. Behind Ukraine is the United States. At this juncture, Biden naturally feels uncomfortable. When Zelensky visited the United States last month, he failed to obtain any new aid from the United States. What does it mean? It shows that life is very difficult for Americans. I have too much time to take care of myself, so how can I care about Ukraine? But the problem is that Biden can't really let it go, because this obviously does not meet the strategic needs of the United States. Secondly, the Palestinian-Israeli conflict spilled over, and the U.S. military had to take action. Not only that, U.S. Navy helicopters sank 3 Yemeni Houthi-armed ships. After achieving such results, the United States is likely to become bolder in the Red Sea. But the Houthis in Yemen will not give up. So, will the Red Sea cause a war? This is also a point that Biden is worried about. Where is the third line? Here with us. On the occasion of the new year, the heads of state of China and the United States exchanged congratulatory messages. This year marks the 45th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and the United States. Sino-US relations are tense, and the problem lies with the United States. The United States has been fighting the so-called New Cold War with us. In the eyes of Americans, China's development and strength is its original sin. If you become stronger, it will threaten my status and I will have to suppress it. If Americans do not change their thinking, it will be difficult for China-US relations to fundamentally change. 2024 is the last year of Biden's term. How will Sino-US relations look like? Much depends on what the United States does with China. The United States cannot really blame others for falling into a three-front war. Whether it is a conflict between Russia and Ukraine or a conflict between Palestine and Israel, the United States and its allies have always tried to sidestep the conflict and hope that China will choose a side. To be more specific, they hope that China will take our side. But we will not be fooled. Blindly providing military assistance, force threats, and bias will only make the situation more tense. On the 2 conflicts between Russia and Ukraine and Palestine and Israel, China has its own position and will never follow the American baton. On the direction of Russia and Ukraine, China's position is consistent and clear. That is, always committed to playing a constructive role in ceasefires, ending wars and political solutions to crises. Continue to promote peace talks in our own way and promote an early political resolution of the crisis. On the issue of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, China has always called for the release of all detained persons as soon as possible, to promote a ceasefire and an end to the war between Palestine and Israel, and to achieve lasting peace in the Middle East. China's pragmatic approach has been recognized by the international community and is in sharp contrast to the deviant behavior of the United States and the West. Therefore, in the final analysis, Biden's bad things are done by Americans themselves. Well, that's the whole content of the article. What do you think? Please leave us a comment below the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can see you in the next video. Keep going. Goodbye.